Well, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Harry Katsiabanis, and I like to regard myself as an entrepreneur. I've been actively involved in business all my professional life for the last 30 odd years. And in those 30 years, I've been involved in many, many ventures, some successful, some not so successful. And as I like to say to everybody, with devastation comes innovation. And that's always been my focus in life, in my professional life, on how to innovate and how to find new opportunities and how to commercialize those opportunities. So a little bit about myself. I was an accomplished academic student in high school. I attended university back in 1985. And unfortunately, due to my lack of attendance at university, I was asked to leave and I was expelled. Thereafter, I became a taxi driver, where I drove taxis for a few years and wasn't very happy with driving cabs. So I became a real estate agent, learned the skill of selling, learned the skill of negotiating, and learned many other skills. Thereafter, I got back into the cab industry in a big way, and I built Australia's largest taxi fleet. So thereafter, here we are, progressing quite well. Taxis are going quite well, and I felt there was a gap in my knowledge. So I started researching courses, and I came across the Masters of Entrepreneurship and Innovation at Swinburne, and I attended the university, and I love the study. I love the opportunity of liaising with students. I love the dialogue. I love the assignments, and it was just an amazing time where I fulfilled that knowledge gap that I had. So life continued on and things were okay, and then the government deregulated our industry, and then Uber came back in, and unfortunately, the taxi industry had to change dramatically. So what I did thereafter, I merged my entity with another company in Sydney. We raised some capital, we grew the business, and then eventually we listed on the AGSE. So here we are, a startup taxi company, grew into a very large business that eventually went public. An amazing journey, an amazing experience. Along the way, I learned many, many lessons and many things that I like to follow, and I'll go through those in a bit more detail. So here we are, going quite well, things are progressing, and then as we know, that we've all experienced, COVID comes. And when COVID hit our industry, it completely decimated it. The need for passenger transport was eliminated. So here we were, we're a public company that unfortunately couldn't progress any longer, and the company had to go into VA, voluntary administration, which was a very hard time. We were fortunate enough to pay out all our creditors, so that's one tick in our favor. And here I am at the age of 55 at the time, staring into abyss, being completely decimated, and looking back at what I can do and what I can't do. And I remember thinking about the course and thinking about the MEI. So I went back into my notes, and particularly I started to research and review a topic which was opportunity valuation. And opportunity valuation started me thinking, and I've got a criteria on a business model that I'll share with you now. And that criteria is, firstly, does the business solve a need? Secondly, can the business function with low fixed costs? Does the business have recurring revenue? Is the business scalable? And are there high barriers to entry? Thank you. So I thought about what business could I involve myself that ticked all those boxes. So we'll repeat the boxes again: solve a need, recurring revenue, low fixed costs, scalable, high barriers to entry. And as I researched, I fell upon self-storage, and I ran the model through all the academic literature that I had, all my gut feelings and what have you. So I started to research a bit further, and it started to tick all the boxes. And I can confidently say, after about 15 months, we have now opened our first self-storage facility on our premises. There used to be a taxi depot. The company is called StorageX. We're located in North Road, Huntingdale, and we're serving the residents of Southeast Melbourne. And it was only through my skill that I'd learned through my lifetime, the academic knowledge that I had, and my greatest saying, which I opened my interview with devastation comes innovation. So here we are, completely devastated, looking to innovate, and we have landed back on our feet, and we've delivered our first facility and now looking to aggressively expand. So I say to everyone, follow your dream, follow your passion, learn the science and methodology behind entrepreneurship, because there is a science and methodology. It's not just a gut feel. I like to call it an educated and experienced gut feel. So go for it and study the course. Thank you.